Recording in progress.
Hi, folk. Can you hear us?
Yes. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Yeah, well, thank you very much for taking the time today to discuss your use case a bit further. And I just wanted to use this. I know you sent us loads of information beforehand. I wanted to use this session to first of all explore if it makes sense for us, if there's like a fit of working together from like a legal perspective, I would say. If a collaboration makes sense, and then as a second step, we could maybe discuss your use case a bit further, how we could support you from a technical perspective.
You first?
Yeah. I would just say maybe we start with like a round of introduction, and then maybe you could say a few words how you imagine us working together, like what you would expect from us from a partner standpoint, and then my colleague Giles will be able to kind of support this from a partner management perspective. But I'm happy to kick it off. My name is Christoph Borens. I work in business development for NS1. So I am usually responsible to set up these kind of meetings, and I'm generally the first point of contact for any projects that come up.
Yeah, and
oh, sorry, James, you go.
No, go ahead. Sorry, Giles, you go.
We're far too British and polite. Morning, guys. So I'm Giles, and I'm the Channel and Alliances Manager here for NS1 in EMEA. So I look after all of our partners and resellers all across EMEA, and as well as those within APAC as well, so within Asia. Yeah, lovely to meet you.
Nice to meet you, James.
And my name is James McCarthy. I'm the Director of Solutions Engineering. So here on the technical side of the conversation to talk about what the product can do for you, hopefully. Nice to meet you.
I want to share the screen.
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we can.
Please go the bottom up. The first one, I know that's the managed DNS have all the capability in here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But the last one, the last two one, the specific record name and China DNS name server deploy. Do you have a couple of?
So what do you mean by special record name? Could you give me an explanation of that?
Sorry.
Can you explain what you mean by special record name, please?
I just discover the multi CDN system. I just combine the three main things.
Yes. So one of the things you have, on the 11th row number 11. You have special record name.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
The special name example the A name or R name like you have only the C name, right?
Well, yes, we can do C names, yeah, of course. But I don't know what a special record name is. In what you mean by that?
Okay.
Maybe could you type an example or how, or you know how what's yeah, I'm not sure what this means.
How can say? If you just use a CNAME, leave it pass.
Do you mean like an alias record?
Yeah. Alias record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we support alias record. Yeah.
Yeah. See. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do we do have name servers in China? We can do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, we can come back to that. Yep.
Yeah. The server, global server, the load balancing.
Sorry, can I just interject here just before we start going through this list? Just for more context, are you looking to resell NS1 to some of your customers and prospects within region? Is that what you're looking to do here? Sorry, can you hear me?
Just repeat.
I was going to say, just for context, because I know obviously we've jumped straight into this list and we're going through NS1's technical capabilities.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you could provide more context on your interest in NS1. Are you looking to sell NS1 to some of your customers within Asia? Is that what you're looking to do?
I just talk about to the crystal. CMC Telecom is one of big ISP in Vietnam, and we are fighting to the multi CDN solution, and that's it. I want to clear about the capability of NS1.
Okay.
Yes, but you're not looking for a solution for CMC Vietnam of CMC Telecom.
Yeah.
You're looking for a solution for your customers, right?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
This is the customer requirement.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
technical customer.
Yes, and I think as you mentioned, we're talking about big kind of broadcasting companies. Like I saw there are a lot of companies that do like television streaming in the Asian market, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Giles, it's a lot of I think there was one called K Plus and VTV. They are all media streaming companies.
Yeah. Media streaming is consume the larger bandwidth.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay. Continue.
Yes. Yeah. Should we go back to your requirements?
Yeah. Reduce latency for user in your factory.
So we can't see your Word document at the moment.
Why?
So, were you sharing? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's what you want to share. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, we can do geo steering with our DNS. That's fine.
Okay.
And we can. So this means like health check. No, provide tolerance. Yeah, on failure. Yeah, failure. Yes, we can do. Yes, yeah. Now I wasn't sure what you meant here. I suppose you can use our service to migrate traffic between different data centers by because you just add another answer
to another infrastructure.
Yeah, you could certainly use our filter chain to do that. You could just introduce
Yes or no?
like another yeah, another endpoint. So yes.
Yeah.
And yes, we can do CDN steering as well. So we can monitor health and availability.
Yeah.
We don't monitor load. But if your CDN, yeah, but the idea is that if a CDN was overloaded for your customers, then the performance would be bad. So therefore, we wouldn't identify the load directly, but we would identify the effect of that load. So if a CDN is overloaded, it's going to be slow, and therefore your customers will see that. We'll see if a CDN is slow because of that extra load. So like, yes, we do, but indirectly, not directly. Yeah. So yes, we can still we our CDN steering. Yeah. Yeah, that's the same really as migration, I think, and yet we can provide an SLA to you, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
No, we don't have machine learning
Okay.
in our client. Yeah. And it's not every event in the browser. It's so. Hold on. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. I sneezed. So we have. So there are two options.
Yep.
You use the data we have for the CDNs we collect data for already. So Christoph mentioned that we have data for about 15 big CDNs. So you can use that data, or you collect data from the browser through JavaScript. Through JavaScript that we give you. So NS1 give you a JavaScript tag. You embed that in your site, and that measures the availability and performance.
Yes. No.
But it's not every user event, so it's not as complicated as that. It's one. We're taking one measurement, effectively. So we do collect performance metrics, but we don't collect business metrics. But you could, for example, if you have things like cost and commit, and you want to factor that in to the steering decision, you can do it manually. Yeah, we can come back to that. No.
Oh, no.
No, that's too granular. Yeah, not yeah. Measure and manage all of your third-party resources. No, I don't know what that means. Resources. We don't manage all of your resources. We can measure CDN measurements. So like that's probably a no, I'd say.
Okay.
And then advanced and custom metrics of user monitoring, real-time alerts, not really, no. I think it's worth understanding that when we balance your CDNs, like say you have two CDNs.
Yep.
We're providing a DNS decision about where to send your users. We aren't routing your traffic.
Manage your CDN, manage DNS.
Yes, exactly. So we receive, like, say you have an end user. The end user wants to know whether to use Fastly or Cloudflare. They send a DNS query to us. We look at the data we have for that type of user. And then we say, okay, Fastly is faster, so we'll send you there. And that's it. We don't route the traffic through our platform. So we're not like a proxy service. So we don't proxy the traffic. It's just DNS. So there's only so much we see. or only so much we can tell, effectively. So if you scroll back down, we use it. So no, so we don't have the API key of the CDN because it's we don't use that. So we don't provision the DNS CDN instances.
So, have you had a dashboard for me, for us, for any customer?
Sorry, so that, apologies, I didn't hear the start. Can you repeat the question, please?
Have you have the dashboard on the Visa for the provider as me or other provider?
I'm still not understanding. Christoph or Giles, did you catch all that?
If we have the dashboard of customer
of the
data,
other provider, yeah. So we don't collect data from the CDN's dashboards. So we don't make any changes or collect any data from your account of the CDN. All we do is measure the performance and availability of the CDNs. And we do that using a JavaScript tag. So behind that JavaScript tag, what we are measuring is the time to last byte, so TTLB, of a small image, like a 1x1 pixel image. So the JavaScript tag goes and gets that small image from both CDNs or all CDNs, and then we use that data about that performance and availability of that CDN to make steering decisions in future. So the next time we receive a DNS query, we use the data we've collected from your past. In the past, we have collected data from your end users, and then we receive another DNS query from a different end user, and we use the data we've already collected about the performance of that 1x1 pixel image to make a decision about performance and availability between CDNs. So it's a little bit more simple. I think it's a bit simpler than you thought it was.
So don't have any dashboard for the partner? Or...
Do we have any what for the partner? Sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't hear. You said something about partner, and I missed. Do we have something for the partner? I think you said.
I just said no any dashboard for.
So yes, we have like so we have a dashboard
for
within our
DNS?
platform. Yeah, just DNS. Yeah. So we'll show you the decisions like we have made, the choice of CDN we have made for CDNs, but just at the DNS decisions. Like we don't pull data from the CDN. So we don't go and get dashboard information from the CDN using your API key.
Okay. Some public information. Yes.
Yep. New York.
New York.
Yep.
That's right.
And then NS1. Yeah. Work with CDN providers. So we measure CDN providers. So
the number
I suppose
of
that's
CDN provider you work with.
So the data we have about 15 to 20 CDNs we have data for. I can send you a list. In fact, let me drop it into the call. Hold on.
Right.
Let me drop this in for you so you have a reference. One moment. So I put it into the chat. So if you look at the Zoom client, you should see in the chat window. Can you see that? Is that on a different screen?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so Akamai, Bunny, Cashfly, and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So those are the companies we have data for already. But if you're using a different CDN, that's where we can give you the JavaScript tag to put on your website, or your customers can put on their websites. So if there's a CDN you want to use that's not there, we can still help. Fox in the US, we streamed the Super Bowl for them.
Movie?
No. Like sports.
Sport.
Yeah. And then who else? Giles Christoph, who's worth mentioning from Pulsar. Roblox.
Netflix?
Yeah, Roblox. Yeah, ROBLOX. Do you know it's a game for children? Yeah, with an X instead of a CK. Yeah. No C, but that's it. There you go. Yeah. They're big. They're a big company. I know. And then
Ambience.
They wouldn't have had an Ambience. What's the Riot Games? I guess.
Oh, Bloomberg. They're using Pulsar.
Yeah, or Riot Games. Do they make? They're the ones who make.
Just based on the chat box.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just. So those are some of the biggest like global brands you may have heard of. Obviously, we have more customers, but they're quite often like ones you may not have heard of. So yeah. So those are the biggest Pulsar customers. We obviously have a lot of other big DNS customers.
Many customers, right?
Yeah. A long list, lots of DNS customers. Like Salesforce, LinkedIn. Help me out here. What are some of the biggest?
Spotify, BBC,
eBay.
eBay.
Spotify.
Yeah. So we probably can send you a link to. Let me see if there's a link to NS1. Is there like a page that has lots of logos on? Charles, Christoph.
I think they're
sure
always
that
related to the products. If you go on certain products, I think we always show the logos.
It's like we should just have a page which has.
I can certainly have a look afterwards and send it over.
Actually, if you go to our website and scroll down, there's lots of different. There's lots of people listed.
I will research on the website.
Yeah. Okay, and transactions per day. So, we answer trillions of DNS queries per month. So whatever that is per day, I guess. So trillions per month.
Oh.
That's right. Sounds right. Trillions per month. Trillions of DNS queries. Yeah. And then bandwidth, the thing is, because it's DNS, it's not, we don't handle the traffic. So we don't really it's not relevant to us because we don't like DNS queries are small, are very small. So we don't have lots of traffic because this goes back to what I was saying. We don't route our customers' traffic. Okay. We don't we're not a proxy service. Yeah. So it's like an NA, not applicable. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's good. And then the same thing. It's not really. CCU. And then I don't know what CCU means. What's
concurrent user?
I don't know. Yet again, it's we have global audience, so we don't see users. We see queries from DNS resolvers, so it's not relevant to us. And then 26. That's an easy answer.
26 months.
26. So I think our service works maybe a little bit different than you first thought.
One question.
Yep.
Do you have a roadmap to deploy the system in Vietnam?
To deploy the systems where, sorry?
Roadmap to deploy the system, the solution in Vietnam?
Oh, sorry. No, the nearest, we don't have any plans to add a point of presence, I'm afraid. Apologies. The nearest points of presence would be either Singapore or Hong Kong.
Just enough?
I suppose. Sorry?
Oh.
Yeah, so the nearest pops to you would be Singapore or Hong Kong, I think. I'm not sure which is closer. Just about the same distance, maybe.
India? Do you have a pop in India?
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah, India. Yeah, we do have one in India as well. And then also in Tokyo, in Australia, in Sydney. And I think that's it in the Asia Pacific region.
Oh, right. Okay, got it.
I'll send you. Hold on. Whilst we're on that topic, what I can send you is this. So you can have a look afterwards. So that has all of our points of presence.
Okay, I see it. Okay. Great. Excellent.
Yeah, so it's so what else can Christoph, did you want to ask some questions?
Yes, I mean, so I guess based on this discussion, what's your impression of the product? Is there anything you see, any requirements that are not being met that you think you need, or is that something you think you could work with for your customers? Sorry, can you hear me?
I just pick the phone.
No problem.
Repeat, please.
Yes. So after having this first kind of overview with James, what's your impression of the solution? Do you think that's something that would work for your customers, or is there any additional requirements that you would need?
I just compared to the other multi CDN provider in the world, and so up to our leader. Yes.
Okay.
CEO or CIO.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer.
And in your email, you wrote that you needed those answers very quickly, like you wanted the answers until tomorrow.
Yeah.
What is your timeline for this project? Is this something you want to implement very quickly? Until when do you want to be ready with a partner?
I want to more quickly because the report day is tomorrow, and I want to fully report.
So is it that tomorrow you need to suggest some solutions to your CIO?
Yeah, CEO and CIO.
And
Okay.
do you work with any CDN load balancers today? Do you already work with another CDN load balancing solution?
I just we are looking for the multi CDN solution for the approach to global market.
Okay, but you don't sell any multi CDN solution today.
Ah, yeah, of course.
You do.
I just we just provide a CDN solution and just not just in internal domestic.
Sorry, were you saying you only sell CDN solutions, but not currently a CDN load balancing solution?
Yes.
Okay. And another question I had was: is there any customers you work with that you think have a requirement for this CDN load balancing solution?
I just said to the Christoph, my customer is Vietnam Television, K Plus Television,
Yeah.
Viettel Multi-Screen, NPT Smart Media, and etc.
Yeah, I have a list, Giles. I can. I have a few names that I can share with you.
Okay. Brilliant.
So for when you talk to your CIO and CEO tomorrow,
Yeah.
until when do you have any news? Like, until when would you know the next steps after that discussion?
I prepare the get back to you in the earlier next week.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you would need from us? And maybe what? So you're looking to resell, right? So you would want to sell our solution to those customers that you're mentioning, to VTV, to K Plus, and Vitel, etc.
Because this customer is global, on the way to the global.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, of course. So we just want to the solution, global solution. That's it.
Yeah, I remember you also mentioned markets outside Vietnam, like you were talking about Russia and the Czech Republic. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know, Giles, James, if you have any more questions. I think that would be it from my side. Maybe the last thing, in terms of budget for the project, that's something that would depend on the final customer, I assume, right?
I just I cannot promise the budget. Do you understand me? Because
Yes, so
depend
it's
on
a bit early.
the leaders.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to forward the partnership member to connect to you soon.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. That's all the questions that I had from my side. Yeah, I don't know, James, Giles, if you have anything else.
No, nothing additional from me.
Yeah, in that case, I think we'll just wait for some feedback from you, for next week.
Yeah.
And then we can always set up another call with your CIO if they would like to learn more. And we could also, of course, show you the platform and show you how Pulsar works in more detail.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thanks, James.
Okay, perfect.
Thank Chris and Christoph.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, nice to meet you. Okay.
Yeah, lovely to meet you too.
Okay, I'll send you an email with some next steps, and then we'll just talk again next week.
Yep. Of course.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.